what is the NCAA doing about the high number of concussions in sports?
First thing that's happened, and the NCAA was at the front of this, is we set up protocols so that now when there's a suspicion that someone's had a concussion, that coaches and trainers now have specific protocols to go through to pull a kid out of the game, and you don't return to play until it's verified that we know what your status is. That seems like a very simple thing, but very few people were doing that. We're working with the NFL right now. Roger Goodell and I, in fact, have written to almost all of the governors in the country to try and get states to pass similar laws for high school and grade school sports, so that we've got the same kind of laws around the country, and about 35, 36 of the states now have laws like that dealing with high schools. The other thing we're doing is we work with the NFL and with the Defense Department, which of course is big in this community, because the Defense Department's worried about this a lot now also, because soldiers in particular are having lots of concussion events in battle now. They know that soldiers in the battlefield with IEDs and a variety of things are getting concussed in bad ways, and it's causing all kinds of problems. We're working with them on research with all of our universities, because our universities have the best medical schools and do the best research on these subjects around bioengineering research to find out the physics of concussions and how to get helmets to work better, how to change our playing rules, so moving kickoffs up, trying to have fewer run backs, trying to work on policies around, of course, your helmet getting knocked off, around trying to make sure that we minimize head-to-head contact, a variety of rule-based changes. And then we also, just this last week, in fact, I created a position called the Chief Medical Officer for the NCAA. We've never had a job like this before, so we just hired a doctor as the Chief Medical Officer for the NCAA. He'd been, up until last week, the Chief Medical Officer of the U.S. Tennis Association, so he's a person who spent his career in sports medicine, and he's going to lead an effort around more research and more activity to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep all of you guys from getting injured, not just around concussion injuries, but we've got a handful of other things that are kind of epidemic.